Hello, today we are talking about common multiples and common factors. So get your pencil, get your paper, get ready for some notes, and we're going to get started. Okay, first thing we're going to talk about is what is a multiple? A multiple is what we get when we multiply one number by another number. So, for example, if I take the number 3 and I skip count, 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 5 is 15, 3 times 6 is 18, 3 times 7 21, and it just goes on and on, 24, 27. These are all multiples of 3, multiples of 3. And all that is just skip counting. Any number that we go along when we skip count, those are going to be your multiples. What we're going to look at today is some common multiples. Let me clear the screen and let's go to our next step. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is find the common multiples of 3 and 4. Common multiples of 3 and 4. And all that means when we're finding common, we want to know which multiples do they have the same. Just like what you have in common with your friends, we want to know what's in common with these two numbers and their multiples. So let's first, before we find the common multiples, we have to find out the multiples of each number. So on your paper, follow along with me. I'm going to find all the multiples of 3 first. So I just start skip counting at 3. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, and we'll stop there. Now I'm going to find all my multiples of 4. Exact same thing, but I'm going to count by 4s this time. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 22, 24, 28, 32. Alright, and we'll stop there. And now what we're doing when we find common multiples is we just want to find out which numbers do they have in common. So I start looking. So I'll just start at the 3. Does my multiples of 4 have a 3? No. Does my multiples of 4 have a 6 down here? No. Do they have a 9? No. They do have a 12. So 12 is our first common multiple of 3 and 4 because it's a multiple of both of the numbers. And then I just keep going through the numbers and keep looking. Do they both have a 15? No. Do they both have an 18? No. Do they both have a 21? No. But they do have a 24. So my other common multiple here is 24. So I had 12 and 24. And all you do every time you find common multiples is you're going to find that same thing. You find all the multiples of one number. Here we started with 3. Then we'll find all the multiples of the other number, the 4. We find out which ones they have in common. And that's our answer. It's easy as that. I'm going to put 2 different numbers up for you to find the common multiples of, and then we'll see how you're doing. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do on our own here is find the common multiples of 2 and 5. I'm going to give this to you in steps. So step 1, what I want you to do is find all the multiples of 2 and find all the multiples of 5. Pause your video and do that now. Find the multiples of 2 and the multiples of 5. Okay, so here you see the multiples of 2 and the multiples of 5. If you did this correctly, for 2 you put 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. And for 5, if you did correctly, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Now, step 2, what I want you to do is find which ones they have in common. Okay, and we're back, and you can see the 2 they have in common are 10 and 20. So your common multiples are 10 and 20. I decided the video was getting a little long, that was too much info, so we're just doing common multiples today. Tomorrow's video will be common factors. So come in ready to do this tomorrow, and we'll give it a shot together. Thanks. Good night.